Hello, Counter here. Welcome back to another video. Today I will be showing you everything you must know about artifacts, all the best strategies how to get them, and how you should really use them and what you should really go for. Oh, inherited damage is basically a buff that is decided by the stars. So the higher the stars that your artifact has and the better trait on these chances it has, you will be having more inherited damage, which basically works like a damage boost. It is really good for units with a lot of DPS and just a really good add-on on artifacts. So the best artifact as of right now, it's Denji's Chainsaw, because it is a 5-star. It will give you a crazy amount of inherited damage if you have it perfect or masterwork, and as you can see, it will give you 5 perks which can be buffs or debuffs, and also it has a 15% chance to apply extra stack of bleeding per attack if the unit already inflicts bleeding, 5% chance to apply bleeding otherwise. So basically, if the unit is already doing bleeding, it will have a 15% chance to do another stack of bleeding, but if the unit does not do bleeding, it has a 5% chance on doing bleeding, even if the unit has no bleeding in its status. This goes insanely hard with Gil, because Gil being a really fast hitter, he has a 5% chance to do bleeding every time, and if it has Reaper, then you also have the chance of reaping them and bleeding them, which is absolutely crazy. So a lot of people still do not know how to get Denji's Chainsaw, because they don't see it in the crafting, they don't see it anywhere, so I'll explain it to you. So first of all, you will be going into dungeons, and what you will be needing is Denji himself. So after that, you will be unequipping one of your units and equipping Denji, and then you go on dungeon. So when the boss spawns, you will be deleting every unit, only keeping Denji. This works only for floor 1 and 11. Okay, do not forget. So after you do that, you sell all your units, you place Denji, and you have to make sure Denji kills the boss. Every time Denji kills the boss, you have, I think, I'm not sure, 0.5% normal dungeons to drop the Denji Chainsaw, and 2% in hardcore dungeons to drop the Denji Chainsaw. So that is the only way you can get Denji's Chainsaw, and obviously by trading, because he has no blueprint, no craft, but he is still the best artifact in the game. So you can definitely grind this like crazy, and I'll be making a more detailed video if y'all want on how you can really get a lot of Denji Chainsaw. So now the best way to get inherited damage artifacts, for example, is going to be get a cube strat. Basically what you do, go on your daily MOTD and then complete it like in a lot of times until you get like a good like 400 to 500k gold. Then you keep crafting Ghetto's cubes, leveling up your blacksmithing level, and also maybe getting a perfect one which will give you insane amount of inherited damage, and also 2 perks because it has 2 stars. So this is the best way to get artifacts as of right now, because you don't get a lot of perks, but you do get like a crazy amount of inherited damage. Like for example, right now I'm using a Ghetto's Cube that is Masterwork, which is the second best rate for the artifact, and it is doing 38.75 inherited damage and 11% normal damage and 3% crit chance. So now this is the most important tip, is the best perks for every unit. I have divided them in 3 forms, in Dragos, Forms, and DPS. So let's start with Forms. So for Forms, you are mostly going to go for Spectral Prism, because when applied to Forms, every round has a chance to give all players on your team cash rather than just the owner. And what you're mostly going to go for is not inherited damage, not range or damage. You will be going for cost. The more minus cost you get, the better, because it will make your form cheaper, which you can place it early on the waves. Best minus percent cost right now I think is 10%, so definitely try to get Spectral Prism with a 10% minus cost. The way you get it is very simple. When a random form is on banner, basically all you have to do is spin and then sell it afterwards, but make sure to have your auto sell on the rarity of the form. So basically if a Speedwagon is here, you turn this off on the rare, and then you bulk sell on your inventory, because that is the only way you get the artifacts. Now we will be going to dragons. So for dragons, you're not going to go for the spectral prism this time, though you are going to go for the minus cost. You're going to be using MOTT again for the best gold strat. So when you go to blacksmith, you have Yajiro Katana or Cursed Hammer. Doesn't really matter, they're both the same. So you are going to be crafting non-stop this until you get a minus 10% cost. And then after you do that, you can apply them to Dragos, and the best part is that your Dragos don't even need to be shiny because now you can put artifacts in non-shiny units. So all you have to do is spin until a good minus percent cost on your dragon, and also make sure you have discounted obviously, and this will help you so much on a supporter in your team, and basically it will be just the best buffs and crazy for PvP. We have DPS. DPS has more than what I showed, so now you will be needing the higher tiers. You can also go for Ghetto's Cube because for this you will be needing inherited damage like crazy. What you will be needing is inherited damage, normal damage, crit damage, and if you are using Majestic, for example, Shanks, he will be very good if you get crit percentage chance. Basically, every time he hits, he has a better crit percentage chance. So definitely go for these 5 stars for the Thunder Warhammer, Z Sword, or Lucidator, or Denji's artifact, because they are absolutely goated for these, since you have the best chance to get the best perks, and especially if you get them in perfect, it will be insane because you are going to be getting inherited damage buff, if you're lucky, crit chance, and also maybe crit damage, which you will be definitely needing. And now for slows, it is going to be really simple. You will still be needing to go to the blacksmith and going to Yajiro Katana or Cursed Hammer once again, and you will be needing to craft until you get a really good range buff, because slows don't really need damage, they only need range, so they can slow more, and this will still be very good for supporters, and once again very helpful in PvP. So I've seen a lot of people get confused about blueprints, so I'll explain it to you how you get blueprints. So basically blueprints are obtainable from dungeons, they are a random drop chance. So to all of these till the Z Sword, you will get them all from dungeons, but the Thunder Warhammer is only obtainable from raids. Never forget, if you really want to go for the Thunder Warhammer, go and play raids, because that is how you get his blueprint, but other than that, you have it in dungeons. Now for the blacksmith, the best way to level it up is going to be, once again, Yajiro Katana. I think Yajiro Katana is just way too goated right now. So what you will be needing is, once again, having an insane amount of gold, and then afterwards you just basically craft and craft, getting 10 XP per craft until you hit level 20, and then in level 20 you will be having a 2% blacksmithing level luck. Legit makes the perfect 2.1%, which is really good because that is like 20x better from a level 1 blacksmith. Like, it is pretty crazy changes. If this video helped you getting better with artifacts in general, never forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see ya in the next one.